blurb about what the law of attraction is about. And the law of attraction is about the power of positive thinking, expecting good things in your life. What you focus on expands. If you think you're going to have a bad day, guess what, everybody? You're going to have a bad day. What you focus on expands. And the law of attraction is always working for positive or negative. And that's something you really have to remember, especially what we're going to be talking about here today. These are my two favorite subjects in the world: weight loss and law of attraction. If we were talking about shoes and clothes, oh my God, I'd be sleeping here. If we bring in relationships, wow, I'll tell you, Eric, just give me a couch over there. But the relationship show will be coming. And I just want to say to you is as we go further today, I'm going to ask questions. You know how I always do this, folks, is I ask you questions for you to think about in your head. I don't ask you to say them out loud. I ask you to think about them in your head, the answers, because that way you're honest. Because you're not nudging into somebody and say, da, 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 because you always want to look good no matter who it is in front of your friends. So think about these answers in your head. That's really important. Now, what you focus on expands. What you send out, you get back. Power of positive thinking. It's working all the time for positive or negative. Now, we also have to put in order for the law of attraction to work for you, it's how you feel, gee whiz, that's a shocker, and gratitude. And we're going to be talking about that as we go forward today. Now, before we go any further, I have always heard from people, diets don't work. Guess what, folks? They do. They do work. Any diet under the sun works. But we're going to get back to that. I don't need any health coaches calling me in and say diets don't work. They do work. Persistence is the key of keeping the weight off. And I've got a story to tell, and we're going to talk about that as well. But Eric, what weight loss program are you doing right now?
Starvation.
Okay, good. All right, tell me about it.
Well, they call it, as far as I know, it's called the lemonade diet.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
it's this, they sell the mixture, or you can make it at home yourself. It's got cayenne pepper in it and all this other stuff, which is supposed to, and it actually, my weight was always, when I was younger, was already always around 185. As I got older, it went to 189, and then when I stepped on the scale and I saw close to 200, and I got this, 57-year-old, husband gut on me right now. I said, okay, something, I got to do something.
Right.
The hardest thing, I always remember my grandmother saying, I wasn't fat as a kid, but she always used to say, oh, if you eat too much, you get fat. You can't ever get it off. It's harder to get it off than it is to put on, and all that other type of stuff. So I'm using this diet, and I'm down right now to about 190, 189. So I did that, and I find, if I'm just, the basic diet that I'm working right now, I stopped drinking the cayenne pepper type thing, but the basic diet that I'm working right now is just watch what I eat. Okay.
All right. Do you think you're going to succeed with this diet?
I seem to have
a
little bit. I mean, I could, I find myself guilting myself if I do something or eat something I'm not supposed to. So.
Okay, we got to talk about the guilt.
So the habit thing, if I can get rid of the habits, and it's also for health reasons with regards to, like, I'm finding out that I'm probably lactose intolerant and all that other stuff, which is what causes me grief in the morning. But I'll succeed.
Okay, all right, that's good. I have tried every weight loss program under the sun, and I do have a story to tell. So just bear with me here today, all right? Now, when I have embarked on weight loss programs, it would be here we go again, you've done this before, and you mentioned just a few seconds ago about guilt. And when you start a weight loss program, if you're starting it with guilt, anger, resentment, or jealousy, that's really not going to work. And I have tried Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem. I did shots in my leg, and liquid protein, Jorge Cruz, Atkins, South Beach, my own thing, and they all work. They all work. How does your weight make you feel right now?
I don't like it.
Okay.
All right. I don't like.
Take that a little further. You don't like it. Okay.
Right.
Take it further. Guilt, anger, resentment, jealousy, all the negative stuff.
Yeah. All of the above.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, remember, for the law of attraction to work, the two things that are most important to manifest your desire, manifest your goal, are feelings and gratitude. So you just said all those things, and my question to our listeners, again, because I share the same feelings you do a lot of the time. Do you feel successful? Do you feel discouraged? This is about your weight right now. Do you feel good or bad, guilty, not good enough? What are your thoughts and your actions when you think about it? I remember one time getting on the scale and crying my eyes out. And that's the truth.
Yep. Really that bad, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Well, maybe
It was.
I think for a woman it's worse than it is for a man sometimes.
Well, yes, but we'll get into the media aspect of that, which
All right.
really stinks. But yeah, for women, if a guy has a gut on him, you know what, Eric, it's really not that big a deal. But when you see a woman with a gut on her, you just go, she's automatically judged. And it really bugs the snot out of me that we're judged. We're judged by our weight, and I don't think it's fair. And we'll talk about that more. But again, this is about weight loss and attraction if you do want to lose weight. Now, I've run the gamut of emotions when it comes to my weight. I've been happy. I've been confident. I've been sad. I've been, oh my gosh, just name it. And I've been there. And let me ask you something. Do you know women, because I don't think men do this so much, but do you know women who call themselves names because they're fat?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, I have heard beautiful women put themselves down just because they weren't thin enough in their eyes, and they berate themselves. And it actually just broke my heart when I would hear women talking about this, that they're fat, they're this, they're that, but saying ugly things to themselves. You're a fat blob, you're fat. Basically, telling themselves that they're worthless because they're not at the proper weight they think they should be for the media. I don't buy it anymore. So what does the law of attraction have to do with weight loss? We're going to talk about that. But here's a news flash, and I love this. Even thin women have cellulite. Ha. So there. But anyway, here's the key. With the law of attraction, you create your reality through your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This is law of attraction 101. How do you treat your body? How do you treat your body?
How do I treat my body?
Yeah. How do you treat your body?
Like crap sometimes. I try to be
Okay.
careful, but I'm eating the cereal and I'm
Okay.
I'm not really exercising. I do a lot of sitting here,
Okay,
so-
well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, you're running the studio,
I got to
so.
tell you, I saw one guy. This is a true story too. In a 7-Eleven parking lot this morning, I actually witnessed a man trying to get into a older type Lincoln Continental, with the long nose type of thing.
Yeah.
Helen, he was so. I don't want to be nasty here, but he was
Obese.
so obese that
Yeah.
he couldn't get in the car. He literally could, and when he literally was trying to lift his legs to get in behind it. He
Wow.
had the seat back all the way, the steering wheel. I'm watching this guy, and I'm like, and when he got in the car, he couldn't. I don't know how he drove the car. I'm serious.
Wow.
It's a true story. He was so big. He really was.
Well, that's certainly not practicing self-care because I think at a point, you are unhealthy. But do you practice? I practice self-care, but for a while I wasn't practicing it completely for my body. And, you just said, you treat your body like crap. That's something that you have to be aware of. And self-talk. How do you talk to your body? And when we are finished with all of this, this show today, I'm going to tell you how my weight loss journey, most of it was a blessing, all of it was a lesson. And you can only treat your body as well as you feel about yourself from the inside. Let's go back to people who are always putting themselves down physically or mentally. Let me tell you something, everybody. You are worthy no matter what weight you're at. You're good enough. And I get mad at society and the media, and I am new to social media, and man, I have seen people go after women that are normal looking or might have gray hair and go after them because they have a few strands of gray in their hair. It is absolutely unbelievable. And I think these days you have to develop such a thick skin to actually survive in this world mentally because it gets so hard. So let me tell you my reason for losing weight. My reason for losing weight is my clothes are too tight. That's all. I'm very healthy, but I am not comfortable in my clothes at this point. And so what we're going to do with the law of attraction, we're going to examine self-image, self-love, and self-acceptance. And it's going to be a bit of an interesting story because I didn't want to spill the beans right away, but I'm going to spill the beans right away. I lost weight. and I gained it back. But there's a whole story behind this, and I really want you to pay attention because with the law of attraction, I had so many aha moments that it really made facing the weight loss and the weight gain so much easier. Now, about 5 years ago, I had a weight gain. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, and for the longest time, I was making myself miserable. And I don't know if you noticed what I just said. I was making myself miserable. And remember, what you focus on expands, law of attraction, and the law of attraction works for both positive and negative. Okay, so remember that. Now, I'm going to tell you about my bedroom because I'm going to tie this in. I have a beautiful bedroom. It's done up in aquas and blues. It's a beachy scene. And I have mirrors in my bedroom. Not on the ceiling, mind you, everybody, but on the, yeah, I was waiting for you to say that. But on my closet, I have mirrors because I have a small bedroom, and of course, it gives the illusion of making the bedroom larger. On the other side of my bed, I have this beautiful 4-foot by 3-foot mirror, and it's surrounded by an aqua frame. It's absolutely beautiful. And upon waking up every morning in the past, I would look at my body and berate myself, calling myself names, hating my body. Hating my body. You're fat, you're a fat blob, look at those arms, look at those legs, look at that tummy, just everything. And I would be not in a state of despair because, hell, if that's my problems with what's going on in the world, okay, get over yourself, big girl. And I agree with you there. But that was my own little personal hell that I was dealing with, okay? All my clothes were tight, and I refused to buy the larger size clothes. And so I went around for almost a year and a half with the clothes being too tight around my waist, tight around my legs. It was kind of unpleasant, to say the least. I also worked in an upscale clothing store where even the thinnest of women disparaged their bodies. And these thin women, I worked there for 5 years, and I'll tell you where I worked because I love these girls. White House Black Market, Woodbury on Jericho Turnpike, the best sales team ever, and managers, Diane and, oh my gosh, Jessica, I love you. But the thing is these thin women trying on these great clothes disparaged their bodies. And they would talk about how fat they were in front of me. And let me tell you, I felt like a failure. I would go home because there's mirrors all around the store because you want to see how you look in your clothes. And I would just look at myself going, ugh, man. And it made me miserable. And as I said, I'm not even going to get into the media with bullying and body shaming. I'm not going to do that. But now you have to remember, I am a law of attraction practitioner. I am a motivational speaker. I practice and breathe the law of attraction. I run Law of Attraction Long Island. I'm supposed to motivate people. How am I motivating myself? Yeah, that was not good. So one day, and I'm being miserable, and I just thought, I'm tired of this. Well, I will tell you, the angel spoke, God, Goddess, Source, Creator, Universe, Spirit, whatever you want to call it. They spoke to me, and I had an epiphany. And I'm not kidding. And I thought, I'm tired of feeling bad about myself. I'm tired of my name calling, and I decided I'm done. I am done feeling bad about myself. I am not going to be judged on my weight. I have a value as a person. That's it. I'm done. If this is the way it's supposed to be, okay, fine. Now, I let go of the bad feelings, and I accepted myself. I stopped with the negative vibes. Remember, whatever you throw out, you get back. You're throwing out negative energy, you're getting negative energy back. I was sending negative energy to my body. I started sending my body love and gratitude, positive energy. I'm not going to lie, it took practice. And this is from somebody who's been practicing the law of attraction for a real long time. But I started saying, thank you for my healthy body. My blood pressure was fine. My blood work was fine. And I started doing, thank you, God, for my healthy, strong legs, my strong arm, my strong heart, my strong lungs, my strong liver, my eyes, my hearing. And I started there. And I started being grateful for that. And I stopped feeling bad. And I started buying the right size clothes. Was I thrilled about that? I was okay with it, but I was more comfortable. And when you're more comfortable in your clothes, you tend to be a bit of a happier person because when your clothes are digging in everywhere, you tend to be uncomfortable. You might get a little crabby, just saying. So I let go and I acted as if to be happy and to feel good, and it worked. And here's the even better part, and so help me, this is true. I still ate what I wanted. I had the cheeseburgers, okay? I had the pizza. I had the Taco Bell. And the real thing is, and this was amazing, and this is when I thought, again, you know, every once in a while with the law of attraction, you kind of have a doubt of what's going on, that really what you want, because it's not on your timeline, but it's on the universe's timeline. Here's the cool part. I still ate everything I wanted, and I didn't gain an ounce. Want to know why? I let go of the guilt. I enjoyed what I was eating instead of before putting it in my mouth and saying, I really shouldn't be eating this. This isn't good for me. I enjoyed every bite. I didn't lose weight, mind you, but I didn't gain. I stayed the same. And for that time, and remember, we only have the now, I was okay with it. I was okay. I was good with it. I let go of the self-loathing. And I was okay in the, I have to lose 20 pounds by the weekend syndrome. I have to lose 20 pounds for the wedding. I just went to a wedding, by the way. And here's the thing. Everybody in my family is a size 2 to a size 4, 6 at the most. I'm a size 12. I was stressing out. I knew for this wedding about for a year. I let go. I bought the dress in the proper size, and I had a great time. And I looked great. I'd show you the pictures. They're in my phone, but my phone is dying. But I had a really good time, and that's really, really important. Now, I was okay with being the weight that I was, okay? Gained it back over the course of a year and a half, okay? But it wasn't going to run my life anymore. I was okay with not having the weight loss, but I thought it would be nice, but I let it go. And letting go is key with the law of attraction. You have to remember, you have to be willing to let go of your desire. Because when you're fighting with what you want, and where is it, why isn't it, who, what, when, where, why, all you're doing is thinking about why isn't it here. You're focusing on the lack, the negative aspects of what you want. That's really important. And let me tell you, everybody, that's really important with any desire that you want with the law of attraction. You have to be willing to let it go. You have to be willing to say this or something better, because the universe has its own timeline. And when you are thinking about where is it, why isn't it happening, you are resisting the allowing to come through. So you have to be okay with letting go. So I was okay with, all right, fine. I'm not going to lose the weight. I'll buy the larger sizes, which was fine, and I went along my merry way. Because whenever you have, and like Eric said, he felt guilt about eating anything that he didn't feel was good for him. If you have impatience, guilt, you're anxious, feeling bad, just putting up with all that resistance, what are you attracting? More resistance. Okay, so I let it go. It would be nice, but now I'm going to say a bad word because this just encompasses everything. I try not to curse very much because I try to be respectful of my audience, but this just encompasses the whole thing. I said, fuck it. And it felt good. So, cut to 2 weeks later. I'm still eating what I want. I'm still having a good time. Yada, yada, yada. Eat. It's great. No weight gain. I get an email from a fellow weight loss friend, a very good friend of mine. She says, try this program. I say to the friend, I'm good. She says, just try it. Okay. Now, I try it, and I decide to take action. And remember, with the law of attraction, when you want a goal, you have to take action that feels good, that gets you to where you want to be. So the action felt good. But remember, if you're going to take action with anything, again, sidebar with the law of attraction, if you're taking action that doesn't feel good, that doesn't feel right to you, it's never going to work because the action doesn't feel worthwhile. So I took this action, but I let go of outcome. And that's key with the law of attraction as well. You're letting go of outcome. I'm going to do this, but I'm okay if it doesn't work out. So that's really, really important. So I started this program, and I followed it to the letter because she said, just try it. I said, okay, I trust this person. They're a good friend of mine. Let me just try it for 2 weeks. What have I got to lose? I'm still in my I don't care mode. If it doesn't work mode, fine. I have let go. I'm happy as I am. I am worthwhile as I am. First 2 weeks down 12 pounds. Huh. My. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good. Down 12 pounds first 2 weeks. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's great. But anyway, I stick to it without attachment, meaning if I messed up, I messed up, no guilt. I dropped 35 pounds in 3 months with what I call minimal effort, no guilt, and it became easy. Now, the thing about talking about messing up when you're on a weight loss program is in the past, when I would mess up on a weight loss program, I would keep going. It would be like going on a food bender. I would go and go and go and go and go. And then after that, I'd be like, ugh, why bother? I just undid everything I've been trying to do for the past week or so, past few weeks or so, past month or so. And I would keep going. But in this instance, because I didn't care, because I let go of the outcome, because I said, all right, fine, I stuck to it. I let go of outcome. I didn't try so hard. I expected, okay, I'm just going with the flow. All LOA 101. Remember that. Now, here's the cool thing. If you don't believe me, you can call members in my Law of Attraction Long Island group because they remember that this was, it was a walk in the park. So that's the really cool part. And I began practicing self-image, self-love, and self-acceptance, and this is the foundation that leads to permanent change. But there's more, as I told you. So, Law of Attraction works with your dominant thoughts, positive or negative. So as you can see, as I just talked about, everything I just said, I had positive, going with the flow thoughts. I'm okay with it. I didn't offer up any resistance. I just went with the flow. That's really important. And I did a pivot. One of my favorite Law of Attraction words, instead of going, I have to lose this weight. If I don't lose this weight, I'm a loser. Oh my gosh, I'm so fat. Oh, I got to do it now. Oh, I just let it go. And I pivoted to, I'm going to do this, and that's fine with me, and it's no problem. No problem. I took the stress away from myself, and boy, was that a gift. That was a blessing. So the takeaway at this point, and as I said, there's more to the story, is when you make a decision to lose weight out of a place of dissatisfaction, anger, resentment, jealousy, frustration, guilt, or fear, all the gunk that I say at the back of your head, we all have a gunk master. And that gunk master throws a lot of crap at you to say, you can't do this. Oh, you're so fat. What, it's a drop in the bucket. What are you doing that for? You've done it before. Set you up for failure. I didn't do any of that. I just went with the flow. So let me ask you this. When you attempt to go on a weight loss program, what are you attracting about it? What are you throwing out to the universe? That's my question. What are you throwing out to the universe? Because that's really, really important. And what are you getting back? Because you have to remember, whatever you're throwing out to the universe regarding this issue, challenge, remember I never say problem, what are you getting back out of it? What are you getting back? That's so important because remember, energy, positive vibes. And, don't even get me started. When you meet somebody that has a negative vibe to you, run out of the room because you don't want to be involved with people that give you a negative vibe. Always follow your intuition. Sidebar for LOA 101. Now, this is an interesting point. Who focuses on low fat, no fat, calorie counting? Think about that for a moment. Focusing on low fat, no fat, calorie counting. Think about this. You are negatively focused on the issue of I can't have this and I can't have that. I can't eat the potato chips. I can't have the French fries. I can't have Doritos, pizza, Taco Bell. And that's only the junk food. I can't have that wine. Or I can't have that sticky toffee pudding, which, by the way, is an English dessert, which is to die for. But anyway, let's get back. I digress. Now, When you focus on low fat, no fat, calories, and all that other stuff, you're focused on what you're giving up. You're focused on, I can't have that. You're focused on the lack. When you're focusing on lack, what are you getting back? Lack back. I made a rhyme. Anyway, lack. That's what you're focusing on. And you're focusing on more of that. And guess what? That's all you're going to focus on. You're not focusing on eating healthy. Interesting, huh? That's very, very true. So now, how about when you're thinking, I can't eat this, pivot it to, I eat healthy for my body. Isn't that important? Not what anyone else tells you to eat, it's what works for you. And that's really, really important because everybody's going to tout their diet and their thing saying this works, that works, this works, that works, don't do this, don't do that. You have to do what's right for your body. And that's really, really important because a lot of people will tell you that you better eat this, you better eat that, you better eat this. I'm going to tell you right now, when I limit my carbs and sugar, I feel sharper and more focused. And I always drink a lot of water. I eat veggies and fruits, so don't any health people go to me and tell me you're just eating, bacon and eggs. I love bacon and eggs, but I just don't eat bacon and eggs. So please, everybody, don't go there. I know what to do. Now, I have a friend who does limit her calories, and that's how she manages her weight. But she doesn't say, I can't have this. She cuts her portions in half, okay? And she pivots and says, I have lunch for tomorrow. And now there's another person who eats exactly what she wants, but she eats in smaller portions. God bless her. I am a quantity eater. I have trouble with that, but that's okay. But you see how these three examples work for them. Mine is carbs and sugar. Somebody cuts their portions in half. Somebody eats exactly what they want. They do that. And the person that eats exactly what they want, they have sugar and they have carbs. So you see what works for one doesn't work for another. And I have had a friend who has tried my program with limited carbs, and it didn't work for her. So she went back to Weight Watchers. So remember, all diets work. It's all a matter of perception and choices. That's really, really important. So you focus on what you want. What do you want out of your weight loss? What do you want? That's another thing. To say, I want to lose weight for that, wedding, didn't work. But what do you want that will make you feel good? My producer's waving at me. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Now, what do you really want out of your weight loss? Funny. What do you really want out of your weight loss? Do you want improved health? Better mobility. I know when I weigh more, my knees hurt. More energy. I cut out the carbs and sugar. I do have more energy. Improved relationships or more confidence. Me, I want my clothes to fit better.
Yeah, I agree too. I agree.
Which one?
It's all of it. I mean, when you're feeling good about yourself and you're looking good about yourself,
yes.
Your life seems to go better.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're sending out better vibes, which is really, really important. That you're sending out a higher energy, a higher vibe, and you feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, higher vibe, whatever you throw out,
Darcy,
you get back.
We had Ed Darcy in this morning.
Yes,
Darcy,
he was awesome.
He's in really, really good physical. Listen, I have an 8-year-old with abs.
Wow.
All right.
Does he really?
Yes, he does. He has a six-pack.
Well, Eric's son Martin is a major jock, and what does he do? He does so many things. What else does he do?
Why does he do so many things?
Yeah. Well, no, he's just a major athlete. Even at 8 years old, he just loves to be in sports.
He's into sports.
Yeah.
If you say to Martin, like Martin talking about playing for the NFL, and you say, well, if you get to that point. And he stops you and he'll say, when I get to that point, he's already talking, he already plans, he's 8 years old. This is serious. And I don't want to get off this topic here, but he gets 8 years old and he already talks about going to Alabama.
Well, you see, that's the thing. I'm going to read a story. That's very interesting that you say that, Eric. I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. But when you already have the success in your mind, law of attraction again, 101, you already have it. It's a done deal. You're already there. You're acting as if. That's really, really important. So I love that you say that. That's really great. Now, we just said, what do you want? Improved health, better mobility, more energy, improved relationships, more confidence. You need to get clear on what you want and clear your vibrations and believe in it. Hello.
Arts AV.
Are you sabotaging me?
Whoops. Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
forgot you. I was trying to key up on another stream. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. But anyway, you have to get clear on your vibrations and believe in it. You need to believe in it. That's the really, really important thing. And believe you are worthy of what you want and deserving of it. Because a lot of us with the law of attraction, we really don't believe we're worthy of good things. We're worthy of happiness. We're worthy of these goals that we want and believe that we deserve it. So we have to work on that, which is really, really important. I'm going to tell you something right now. Stop comparing yourself to others, because that's really, really important in a weight loss journey, in anything in life. Let's not just talk about weight loss, but in anything you do, quit comparing yourself to people. That just doesn't work. You are on your own journey. You know, one thing, and I always give Bob Proctor credit for this, is I don't worry about the competition. I worry about what I'm doing. And that has served me so well. And I never forget that. When I meet another coach or another motivational speaker, I never worry about that stuff, ever, ever, ever. That's really, really important. In this world, regarding losing weight, stop comparing yourself to others, because in this world, thin is in, and that's a surefire way to make you unhappy. You are you. Now, for me, I am never, ever, ever going to be thin. I have a newsflash. I don't want to be thin. I like my boobs. I like my fanny. I like my thighs. Most of the time, I'm only human. But I like looking the way I look. I'm never going to be thin. It wouldn't fit me. The times, years and years and years ago, I lost a whole lot of weight, and I was a size 4 or 6. I did not look healthy. I didn't look healthy. I saw the bones in my chest. I looked peaked. People asked me if I was okay. Not because there's not one person that actually said, "You look great." And there are just some people that need a little bit more meat on them, and I'm okay with that. So just remember that. Let me ask you this. Can you treat yourself the way you would treat your best friend? And here's the question I'm going to ask you. Do I look fat? Now, do I look fat in this dress? As a friend to another woman, you would say, no. Why don't we try another dress, though? You would never say to her, you fat slob. You would never, but I'll bet you would say it to yourself. So why do we treat our friends better than we treat ourselves? Something to consider, right? And as I said before, how many of us have an issue of feeling worthy of a desire to come through? Think about that one. How many of us don't feel worthy enough? That's really important, because worthiness, as I said before, is a big thing with weight loss. I'm going to read you a story, and this comes from an amazing LOA coach, Jeanette Ma, who I had the pleasure of interviewing a few months ago on 17 Seconds, and this is from her Good Vibe blog. She is the big kahuna for goodvibecoach.com, and I'm going to read some excerpts of this great story, but it says a lot of what we're talking about today. So just hang on with me here. I'm only going to read highlights, so it's only going to take about 2 minutes. The best creators don't give up when reality contradicts their desire. They know if they don't abandon the vibration of their desire, the universe has a way to make it so sooner or later. Case in point, Allie Vincent from season 5 of The Biggest Loser. She got a spot on the reality show where the weight loss contestants compete for $1 million and title of Biggest Loser. Okay, now I'm stuck on one page. Hang on here. Okay. The first 4 seasons made it clear who wins this competition. It's always the biggest guy with the most weight to lose. And yet, as they began with introduction interviews where participants said things like, I want to win so I can show my kids that anything is possible that you put your mind to, and I need to win because my life literally depends on it, Allie Vincent gave a different intro. She gave a different intro. She said, I am the biggest loser. She didn't talk about wanting it, needing it, or hoping it, or gonna do her best for it. She straight up claimed it on day 1 to the camera. I am the biggest loser. A little 5-foot, 5-inch girl who only weighed in at 234 pounds, and that's not big in the Biggest Loser terms. She was brazen, she was bold, and she was delusional. Week 4, when she got voted off the competition, as they are escorting her off the property, she's in tears, but she's still sticking to her story. But I don't understand. I'm the biggest loser. Except get this. This is the first season where later on they have a surprise twist where those who get voted off to compete for a spot return to the show. This is commitment and synchronicity kicking in. The universe has its own timeline. Let me tell you, those who get voted off get to compete for a spot to return to the show. Of course, Allie wins the spot. The two biggest guys are doing record-breaking weigh-ins, okay? That didn't stop her. She's still owning it. She's incredible in her commitment to that reality, and like a bulldog with a bone, you're not taking it away from her. And get this, she freaking won. Because she didn't give it up when reality said, not happening. I am the biggest loser. And Jeanette writes, that girl inspires me to claim my dreams at a whole new level, and I hope she does the same for you. Wow. Wow. She didn't say, I want it, I hope, I need, I should. She just claimed straight up, no chaser, thank you, Cheryl, that said, I am the biggest loser, and she did it. She had laser focus. She wouldn't take no for an answer. Failure was not an option. This girl decided it was hers, and it was hers. Good for her. She believed in herself, no doubt. She made the commitment, and synchronicity arrived for her. She was voted back on. She wanted it so much, she acted as if and expected to win, and she did. We'll be right back, everybody.
Hi, I'm Kathy Caputo, author of the new children's book, Hotto Bear's Secret. Please join Helen and me on February 7th when we talk about the importance of children learning about the law of attraction, even before their school age, how it can impact their entire lives, and how parents can incorporate the law of attraction into family life in a fun way. Tune in to find out how Hotto Bear got his name and how he learned that we are all perfect just the way we are.
Yeah, back when I was thin. Back when I was thin. Anyway, you're listening to 17 Seconds with Helen Sonigliaro, of course. Helen, the goddess of the law of attraction, as I like to call her. Yeah, she's giving me that look right now. But today's topic is weight loss. And here we are. We're back with Helen.
You know,
you're still thinking about the goddess of law of attraction thing, aren't you?
Of course I am. Thank you so much. I have a Law of Attraction Long Island group. And I'm very proud of this thought, and I never used to claim it, but now I claim it now. When I took it over, it was at 250. Now it is at 1,330 people. I'd like to see you all at a meeting very soon. Thank you very much. But when I first took this over, I picked out a word every year for the group to focus on. Now, my words for 2018 are never quit. But I'm going to tell you what my other words were. And for 2015, it was gratitude. For 2016, it was awareness. For 2017, it was persistence. And 2018, never quit. Now, I told you that I had lost these 35 pounds. And over a course of a year and a half, I gained back 30. Yay. And I guess the weight missed me, not. So anyway, I gained back 30 pounds. I was not a happy camper. And I'm going to say I had some major growing pains with the law of attraction. When you are growing spiritually, sometimes it's a bit of a rough road emotionally. I self-medicated with food. I had some private issues going on, some physical injuries. A former friend ended a 20-year relationship abruptly, which devastated me. 2 of my best friends were diagnosed with cancer, and they're pulling through. But also, a lot of amazing professional things are happening, which is awesome, and more great things are coming up the pike. So over this course of the year, at this point in time, I'm eating when I'm sad, scared, nervous, excited, tired, and happy. But there are more negative vibes going on in my life than positive as I reflect back on the past 2 years. So what do? I gained back 30. I've already lost 10, so I have 20 to go. But what do? Do I tape my mouth shut? I don't want to do that either. And this is what I decided to do, and it's working. And I have to tell you, I forgave myself because 2017, my year was persistence, okay? I was persistent in overeating. At least I kept to my word, so to speak. But to get my vibrations back to weight loss and healthy eating, I started doing affirmations. I am happy, healthy, and wealthy. I was journaling. I was visualizing myself at the end game. Vision boards. For those of you, again, Law of Attraction Long Island just had a vision board workshop, and if you will see on one side of my vision board, it has a very healthy woman, healthy in a bikini on the beach, because I'm a bikini girl. I was acting as if, and I'm seeing myself at the end goal, and more importantly, is what I talked about before, is I forgave myself for being angry at myself, and I accepted that right now where I was okay. And that's key, everybody, because you know what? We're all human. We all fall off the track from time to time. We just do. And I forgave myself. And that started once I forgave myself, because I put myself on that cycle again of being angry at myself, that once I forgave myself, it opened the door for me to start eating healthy again, which is very, very important. Now, I saw myself at my end goal, and I visualized my physical body. A lot of you might have a lot of trouble with that, especially if you have more than, I would say, 50 pounds to lose. You have trouble visualizing yourself because you're still beating yourself up that you're still fat, you're still this, you're still that. It's your imagination. Let your imagination run free with feeling good, with being healthier. And if that means feeling good in a bikini or feeling good in a pair of shorts, that's important. So you really have to remember that you need to forgive yourself for that and be in the now and just go forward and allow your imagination to allow it to run wild, and tell the gunk master, all the negative stuff back here, to take a hike. Beat it. Go. You don't belong here. And that's really, really important. So you have to remember how you're going to get yourself mentally up there at your end goal, and think about how you feel when you're going to get to that end goal. While you're imagining yourself at your goal, think about how you feel. Proud, less stressed, relieved, happier, more confident. Use that to go with your visualization, because visualization is really, really key, because I will tell you, your subconscious does not know the difference between a fantasy and reality. So that is really, really important. So let your subconscious enter into that little dream of, here I am and I'm looking good. That's really important. Now, action. When you take actions that feel good, remember, the actions always have to feel good and are in sync with what you want, your actions will begin to align with your intentions. Instead of reaching for those Doritos, you say, you know what, I think I'll have an apple. It'll start to become second nature. And that's a good thing too. And I don't know about you, but drinking a lot of water is quite healthy, so drink your water. I know a lot of you, a couple of my friends don't even like water. You can get your hydration other way. You can drink club soda, you can drink tea, coffee. I'm not going to say alcohol, but we do what we can. We do what we can. I have some people laughing in the booth. Thank you. Thank you for your support. So, when your actions begin to align with your intentions, it creates a positive expectation of success. Now, expecting. Here's a really interesting thing about expectations. Do you remember when I said at the beginning of the program, expecting good things to happen? When you expect something good to happen, it's not really a surprise. You expected it. Because when you don't expect something good happens and something happens good spontaneously, I don't know about you, but I jump around the room and go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why do you do that? Because you didn't really expect it to happen? Because it wasn't on your goal list? So expect that this is going to happen. I expect at this point in my life things to go well. But remember, I am only human, and that's really, really important. Sometimes I do fall off the wagon, but I won't even say 99. 90% of the time, I expect things to go well. Because, I'm not a village idiot, and I don't live in a bubble and say my life is wonderful 100% of the time. Life is going to happen. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Did my producer just hear that? He just nodded yes, which is really, really important. That's our sign-off for Cop and Crew in the morning. But it happens to be true. And the thing is, with the law of attraction and with any given situation, you have a choice. So now I challenge you to make the choices that are going to make you happier, weight loss-wise. That's really, really important. Create your positive expectation of success. Now, here's an interesting thought, because we're talking about positive expectations. And this only makes sense, and I'm sure you've been aware of this all along as I've been talking, but the thing is I want to make you aware of this. When you're concentrating on being overweight, it keeps you there and brings you more overweight. Now, I know that's very basic, but sometimes, I don't know about you, I need stuff to be spelled out for me. Ask me about Facebook. I have two very good friends, Jason Wren. They have to spell it all out for me. Sometimes I have to see it. So again, I am saying to you, when you're concentrating on being overweight, it keeps you there and it brings you more overweight, because what you focus on expands, and that was me to a T for the past year and a half. I'm human. The good thing is I'm back on track, and that's really, really important. So remember that. I also ask myself when I'm on this weight loss journey, what if? This is a big thing for me. What if it all worked out with my weight loss instead of doing the here we go again dance or the guilty blues? And the thing is why don't you apply that to all situations in your life? Because a lot of people do, what if it doesn't work out? What if this happens? What if that happens? I am a constant believer of what if, ... it all worked out. What if I succeeded in this journey for good? And when I have that up in my head, that works a lot better. Now, if you're having trouble getting with the program about believing that you can be successful in this journey, and you're having trouble visualizing or acting as if, one of the things I say is, I am in the process of. And when you say, I am in the process of, that helps you a little bit further along, because you know you're in a process, and maybe you're not far along enough LOA-wise to say, I see my end game. I visualize my end game. So if you say, I am in the process of eating healthy, that works too. So that's really important. And then I look at people that have lost weight, and I look at them and say, they did it, why can't I? And again, I apply that in all situations at this point in my life. They did it, why can't I? They're not smarter than me. I say, they did it, why can't I? And as I do apply that in other situations, it helps me to be brave in other situations. So you can apply that everywhere. But what's my lesson? I know what my blessing is for this 30-pound weight gain. And while this is going to sound a little bit funny, it's really not. I stopped at 30. I'm grateful that it wasn't a 40-pound weight gain or a 50-pound weight gain or more. That was my blessing. No lie, no joke, no kidding. My lessons, because there are always lessons, that I make eating healthy 24/7, 365 a priority as a form of self-love. I'm doing it for me. Yes, I want my clothes to fit better. I'm not going to lie. But I'm doing that for me. Okay? I'm not a kid anymore where you can bounce back with all eating all the crap. I have to eat healthy. So that's a form of self-love. I'm the one in control, not my emotions. I have that choice. To accept where I am right now, which is good, that I am still a beautiful human being. That has to do with my self-image, and I have value. I have value no matter what weight I am. And that's really important for everybody to realize, okay? That's very, very important. Now, also, not to be hard on myself, to recognize that I'm human. Because nobody's perfect. No matter what they say, I'm telling you now, nobody's perfect. That includes me, and it includes you. And it includes the other person that say, I never do this, I always... Go away, okay? No matter what weight I am at, it's self-acceptance. Because I'm in the now. Because I'm not going to make myself miserable because I'm not the weight I want to be at next week. Which I won't be at the weight I want to be at next week unless I get some bad disease, which I am not going to get because I'm very healthy. So, also to use the words I've touted over the past few years. Gratitude. I am healthy. Awareness. Be aware of what I am eating. Persistence. Don't let the negatives stop you from self-care, self-love, and self-acceptance. I'm only human. And last but not least, and this is why I picked these words for 2018. Never quit. We'll fall off the wagon from time to time. We'll make mistakes from time to time. We're only human, but never quit. On my Facebook page, it says never quit, and I am so glad at least I'm standing by that. Because my persistence for 2017, yeah, I was persistent in overeating. Good for me. But I forgave myself. So 2018, it's never quit. And I won't. And I will tell you what I'm going to do is I will report back in a few months and let you know how I did. And you could wish me luck, but I don't need it. I really don't need it. I hope this helped you, everybody. I hope this gave you some kind of insight to losing weight and to getting and for getting healthy, because that's really, really important. Because as I said, self-love is really, really important. Hey, Eric, are you there?
No.
Oh, you're not
I'm
there?
busy dieting.
Yeah, so am I.
You know?
No, I'm not
You want
dieting.
another cupcake?
No, yeah, you got one?
I got
No,
it.
I'm
I
just
have
kidding.
cupcake. We got honey
No.
buns,
Oh,
cupcakes, Twinkies, yodels, whatever you want.
I love yodels.
Oh, yodels.
See what they're doing to me.
Yeah.
I just want to tell everybody where you can find me, and then I am going to
Well, you're right
thank
here
you.
now, aren't you?
Well,
I can find you in the studio, right? Sorry, Ellen.
where you can find me.
Okay.
WLINY.com.
Con.
You con artist. WLINY.com.
We know where your brain is, huh?
I guess so. Cop and Crew in the morning from
Great show.
7
Love
to
that guy.
7 to 10.
Fabulous.
Yes,
He's
my
amazing.
producer.
He's amazing.
Cop Eric Martin Koppelman,
He's really
ladies
great.
and
I tell you,
gentlemen.
he's amazing. He really is. Really.
Also,
All hail King Eric.
all
Yeah.
hail King Eric.
I'm
Yes,
telling you.
yes, my captain.
Absolutely, yes. You say
And
that. My dad.
WLINY 17 seconds, Wednesdays, 10:30 to 11:30 here. And also my website, HelenCernigliaro.com. And also Law of Attraction Long Island Meetup. And also, I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Everybody, thank you very, very much for listening. This is something after my own heart. It's one of my favorite subjects. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to find us. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
Love you, Helen. Great show.
Love you, too.
Give them the website one more time.
HelenCernigliaro.com, CERN as in Nancy, IGLIARO. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great week.